It's Judgment Night on Channel 5. Troy Williamson defends his British Super Welterweight Championship against the pretty boy Josh Kelly. Who wins? Find out Friday, December the 2nd, 9pm, live and free on Channel 5.
This is Harry Judd for Boxing Social. It is weighing day here in Newcastle. Tonight to be joined by Franklin Ignatius. Franklin, mate, Ignatius? Is that how I pronounce it right? Yeah? How are you, mate? All good?
All good, man. All good. Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, no bother. Just talking about the city here. It's become a little bit of home for you. It's a great city, isn't it, really?
Yeah, honestly, I'm very grateful. I've been treated well by the people in Newcastle. And I love the city, taking around the walks in the evenings. It's beautiful. I enjoy it.
Obviously, it's the rematch. Hosea Stewart. Just go back to that first fight. Just talk me through it now. Reflect on it. It was a draw exactly. People had it either way, but just reflect on that fight for me.
I think that fight was definitely a learning fight for me. I believe that real fighters are forged in fire and through real fights. No gimmicks. And for me, myself, I think that fight came at the perfect time for myself. In that fight, I think I definitely didn't perform to my best, but it was more a situation of learning things about myself through that fight. And I think I took that fight positively overall. I went back to the gym and I just worked on myself and improved. And hopefully tomorrow people get to see that.
It was a tough fight, grueling fight. I mean, everyone enjoyed the fight from a fan's perspective, but in terms of the fight for you, looking back at it, was it a right decision in your eyes, or do you think you nicked it? Because it was a tough, close fight.
Well, the public consensus was that I nicked it. Simple truth for there. I'm not going to mince words. But I wasn't sore at the referee's decision because for me, myself, I looked at it as I can perform better. Simple as that. I can perform better, so I need to hold myself to a higher standard. And like I said, I took it as a learning fight for myself. So when I went back to the gym, I just improved. There was a lot of things that I did good and not things I didn't do so good. And there was things I could, like I said, take from it, which I did. So,
is there, there was a bit of beef in the early press conference last time out, in the ring together, sharing the ring together. Is there respect there now?
It's a fight. Listen.
Is that a no then?
No, listen. I'm about to punch the man in the face tomorrow. He's going to do his best to punch me in the face. At the end of the day, we just do our job, I think it's not that. It's more, I think he's aware this is what it is. Do you understand? I think before, or the first time round, he kind of underestimated me a little bit. Thought maybe, this is just another gimmick here, there. But now it's dawned on him, I think, this is the real deal. So I think the response from him is an adjustment to that. And for me, myself, I ain't got to do nothing different. I'm the same guy, you know what I mean? I ain't got to do nothing different. I do what I do. So I ain't got to play up to a character, if you get what I mean. I'm just myself. So I think more what you people are noticing more is the change in his demeanour and aura and how that's affected the press conference. But I'm still myself. I just say how it is.
How much has he changed, do you think, then? What did you take from yesterday's press conference? There was a bit of spite in there again.
If I'm honest with you, I didn't really watch him like that because I felt like it didn't matter what he said or does. At this point, like I said, I think I've said to someone previously that it's too little, too late. Don't matter what you do, what you say or whatever, or how you prepare. If you were serious about the job, you would have started preparing a year ago. Not for me, but for the fight game, for what it is. So now that you've taken me serious all of a sudden because you know what it is. What, I'm supposed to look at you different? No, fuck out of here with that bullshit. You're just another guy, man. You know what I mean? I got to deal with you tomorrow and I got to show what I'm about. Do you understand? It's my opportunity to show that I've improved, to show that I've come on. Fuck you or wherever you come from. I don't give two craps. But that's all it is, isn't it? Simple.
Are you interested today? It is weighing day. Are you interested with how big he's going to be? Because he is obviously a huge fighter in himself, but there was a big weight last time out. What are you expecting really from today?
No expectations because ultimately could have been one or two possibilities. Could have been that, he decided to make the camp a weight losing mission in order to hope that will sustain him over the 6. Or he could have felt like he had enough in the tank for the 6 last time and all he has to do is adjust his tactics. So it could be either or. But for me, myself, it don't matter because I have essentially the same job. So, you know what I mean? The job hasn't changed because he's not a different fighter. There's nothing he could have done. Like I said, there's nothing the man could have done in 3 months to be a different fighter. So I just have to be better. So whatever he weighs in tomorrow will be more of a curiosity and an acknowledgement. Oh, okay, interesting. That's it. But there's no feelings to, I hope he's this or I wonder if he's that. No, none.
You said yesterday you expect a stoppage. Is that correct?
Yes. I believe that I have the ingredients for it. I think over the 6-round distance, the opportunity presents itself a lot easier because, yes, everyone will say, yeah, fatigue, etc. Yeah, but it's also because with the pace being slowed down a little, you can see shots and see certain opportunities better. In a 4-round fights are almost like amateurs. If you ever seen an amateur boxing match, it's very scrappy. Do you know what I mean? You run.
Yeah. Like you need to win the next 2. So it's like you just throw as many punches as you can.
Correct. And that's what people basically saw the first time round. And with the first time round, because it's 2 people trying to win, it made for a scrappy affair. Do you know what I mean? This time round, we're boxing essentially, I would say, a real pro fight. 6 rounds, 3-minute rounds, you're really going to start seeing people trying to break people down. Or I will anyway. So I think that will show tomorrow.
And then, getting through Friday night, what are the plans for 2023? Can you divulge in terms of some of the fighters you're going up against, you're expecting?
I think next year, there's a lot of good fights happening now. The domestic scene is stacked. Yeah. I think at the end of the day, I do my job, so I'm up for anywhere, fight with anyone, I saw Fabio had a great win over Gorman. That's definitely a fight. I'm sure Gorman will be around. Many other fighters will be around as well. I think it just depends what happens. Adelaide's pushing on, Fisher's pushing on. Myself, I'm in the mix now with what I'm doing. So coming through tomorrow, I think next year will open a lot of opportunities for me. I just got to make sure that tomorrow I deliver in good fashion.
Yeah, those sort of fights are interesting. You mentioned Johnny Fisher as well. You mentioned, obviously, Nathan Gorman. I was so surprised with that result last week as well.
It surprised me. It surprised me because I think everyone knows Gorman's class, so definitely the way the fight unfolded was a surprise for sure. But at the same time, it also speaks to Fabio's quality, so and how much he's come on, because he used to be a white-collar fighter. Look where he's come on now, do you know what I mean? It speaks to him quality and the work he's put in. And I think, like I said, I have a lot of interest in what's going on now. And I think next year, there'll definitely be some interesting fights on the horizon.
Looking forward to that as well. You said you're interested as well. Let's obviously talk about another fight on Saturday night. Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora. While you're here in your division, how do you see that fight going?
It should be a Fury win. But should is a funny word in boxing, especially heavyweight boxing. I think everyone's underestimating Chisora. I've been in camps with him now quite a few times. He's invited me to spar him quite a few times. And one thing I've always noticed about Chisora is how much of a hard worker that he is, which is, underestimated because of the gimmicks that he does and how he carries on. So everyone kind of overlooks that part of him. Do you know what I mean? But him being where he is not by accident. And I think if Fury was to underestimate him, he'll be in for a rude awakening because the man has the punch to stop it. But Fury should get through him if a quality Fury shows up. And that all depends on how serious he's taking him in camp. So, yeah, but I'm definitely looking forward to the fight.
Franklin, pleasure. Thanks to Boxing Social, mate. And hopefully weigh-ins all sound and we'll see you tomorrow night, yeah?
It's Judgment Night on Channel 5. Troy Williamson defends his British Super Welterweight Championship against the pretty boy Josh Kelly. Who wins? Find out Friday, December the 2nd, 9 p.m, live and free on Channel 5.